Hi, Fox. Good afternoon, and welcome to new video. So today video I'm going to discuss about floating static gravity. So earlier what we discussed, like directly connected next hop IP and fully specified static routing already we completed. So in this today video, I'm going to explain about what is floating static routing, and after that, I am going to tell in practical also, and in last, we will verify as well. Okay. So before that, I'm going to tell one thing like before going to floating static routing. So what is AD value? We have to know that first. What is AD value? Then um I'll tell. Okay. So what is AD value? AD value means so it is the trustworthiness of the router. So okay, it is the trustworthiness of the router. Okay. This is called AD value. And just a minute. Yes. Okay. So what is floating static routing? We'll come to this topology. Suppose in this topology, so suppose my router 1 wants to send a packet to the router 4. Okay. From this router 2, he wants to send the packet to this interface. Okay. So in static routing, so what is the AD value of static routing? 1. Okay. So if this packet will send, then it is all. I am not using any other dynamic routing and all, only I am using static routing. So in that means, so every AD value, every route AD value will be 1 only. So then AD value is same. So if I send a packet means this packet will go via this side and this side. Okay. So that is called as load balancing will happen. Okay. So if load balancing will happen means, so it will be disadvantages for me in networking, right? So why I'll do load balancing? So to avoid the load balancing, I'll use floating static route concept. So in that, what I will do, I will make one route as primary route and another route I'll be make it as secondary route. Okay. So for that, what I have to do that in that earlier we discussed in static routing. So what are the concept in that IP routing, then destination network, then destination network subnet mask, then we will use next hop IP or exit interface, right? Otherwise, we will use fully specified, right? Exit interface and next hop IP. But in this floating static routing, I'll use only next hop IP. Okay. After that, what I'll do? Only I will add the AD value. Okay. I'll add only the AD value. How I will be do that? So let's write it. Ah, floating static routing means if AD value will same, if AD value will same, then it will do balancing, right? And packet will send it in all router. Okay. To avoid that, we'll use floating static routing. And for that, what we have to do, one route we will make it as primary route and another route it will become secondary route. Okay. Primary. Okay. For that, what is the rule? IP route, then destination network, then destination network subnet mask. Then I'll use here next to IP. Okay. Next to IP. And here in last, I'll use 80 value. Okay. In practical, I'll show how it will be work and how it will. Okay. Just remember this. Okay. If you know this now, then floating static routing is done. Okay. Let's do it the practical, right? Shall we start practical? Let's go. Come. So already I opened my virtual machine and I am earlier, as I said, I am using PNet Lab. Okay. And I already opened my router, and this is I am explaining the topology. So this is my router 1, this is my router 2, this is my router 3, and this is my router 4. So requirement is that I have to, my packet should be reached in this network. Okay. In this network, 192.168.100.0. In that network, my packet should be reached. So for that, static routing. So AD value is same. So it will be do load balancing. So for that, who is route I want to become, I want to do become that route primary. So I'll do that. If I want to do this route will become primary, then I have to increase the AD value of this route. Then so how packet will be forward? If the AD value is least AD value, it will be preferred. So that's why if I'll make it as increase the AD value of this route, then that packet will be forward via this route. Okay. So let's do that. Before the, what we have to do in this um, practical, I'm going to tell just wait. First, do IP configuration. Second, static routing. Second, static routing, right? And then third, I'll do then after doing the static routing, then I'll be verify. I'll show you in that like how packet is be going. Okay, using trace route. I'll do trace route, and in trace route it will show via which path it is going. Okay, I'll do trace route here. Trace route. After trace route, in third, I'll make it one route is primary and another is secondary route. Just a second. Route. Secondary, yeah, what secondary route. Okay, only this much thing you have to do. Let's do that. Don't be late. Don't be late. We'll do that. I'll try. Like I'm trying my video as soon as much as possible. I'll do like it will be short. I'll do the video short. Okay. Already my terminal server already I opened. This is router one. And how you have to open that? You have to click only. Okay. So I have to say here no and router one. Let's enter. Then it will take time. Little time it will take. Okay. Router three also. Say no. Router four also. No. And for this you have to remember. So minimum if you are using GNS3 or UVNG as well also. Or you can go through PNet Lab. So for that you have to minimum RAM is 16 GB RAM and minimum 16 GB RAM you should have in your laptop. Okay. So enable user education mode, then enable, then configuration terminal. Here in router, I will give one first host name R1, then in two here also I'll give enable, then configuration terminal, then host name R2 here as well also. Let's see that enable, then configuration terminal, then host name I'll give here router 3, and next one is the what is that? Enable and configuration terminal. Sorry, interf. Okay, so host name I'll give router 4. Okay, everything is confirmed. We have to give that router 4. It should be big, right? It should be clear. Okay. What I tell IP configuration in interface always using tab. Okay. After, if the command is right now, then it will take. Otherwise, in global configuration interface mode, there the tab you will not use. It will not work. Okay. So you have to, if you are in that under that interface now, so you have to manually everything you have to write. But if you are in configuration terminal mode, then here if you use suppose interface now, see int then tab interface. Okay, like that you have to use. And suppose if you are trying to suppose you interface, then what is that? Just what I'm saying, tab gigabit 0/0. Suppose you did mistake something, then you have to come here manually, right? And also it is boring also, and it is taking more time. So for that shortcut, what is that? Control A. Directly it will come to here. Okay. And we can use if you can give no and all. Okay. Then if you want to go end, control E. Okay. Then you go to end only. Okay. This is the shortcut key. Okay. I'll write it that. Control A, control E. Okay, gig 0/0. And then what is the IP address? 190. In that, so 12.0 I give, right? So then how I will be took if I am doing in configuration under router 1, na, then I'll give 1 because it is router 1. That number I have to give here. Okay. For this router also 13.1, but in for router 2 also, 2 also I will give the router number. So if like this concept I am using here, and 3 also router 3 I have to take here 3, and here 4 I have to take here 4, because it will not get confusing. Okay, so like that I am using 168.12.1. Then what is the subnet mask? 255.255.255.0, right? Then we'll give no sort here, exit, come to interface, gate 0/1. What the IP address? Let's check 192.168.13.1. Then what is the subnet mask? 24.0. Then no sort. Uh, Exit interface. Okay. Let's check the interface. Do so IP. Do so IP interface. Interface brief. See, 0/0 is 12.1 and 0/1 is the 13.1, and status is our protocol also up. Okay. And router 2, come to router 2, interface gig 0/0, IP address is 192.168.12.2, then 255.255.255.0, then no sort, exit, interface gig 0/, sorry, gig 0/1, IP address 192.168.24.2, then 255.255.255.0, then no shutdown. Okay, started should be no shutdown. And we'll check the interface. So IP interface brief. Okay, 12.2 and 24.2, 0/1. Okay, come to router 3. Router 3 interface gig 0/0. Then IP address is 192.168.13.3.255.255.255.0. Then no start, exit, interface gig 0/1. Then IP address 192.168.34.3. That is subnet mask 25.25.0. Then no start, sorry, exit. We'll check the interface, do so IP interface brief. And like this when it will come now. So you use tab, then it will come like this. It will show properly the command. Okay. So IP brief 13.3 and 34.3. Okay. So in router 4, here three interface is there. To configure in interface gig 0/0 IP address 192.168.24.4 255.255.255.0 and no shutdown, exit, then interface gig 0/1 IP address 192.168.100.4 255.255.255.0 and no short, exit, sorry, exit, interface gate 0/tab step 02 IP address 192.168.34.4, then 55.55.25.0. No short, exit. Shall we check? Do show IP interface brief. Check 0/0 24.4 24.4, then manual of protocol also at 100.40/1. This is off 02 also 34.4. This is so always remember while configuration, any configuration you are doing now. So main important thing is the IP configuration. So if you do the IP configuration properly, then 60-70% your configuration is done. And whatever concept you are applying, this is nothing, one to command only. But the main important thing is interface command. So be while you are configuring the IP, so you have to give focus that. Then what we have to do in next, what I tell, static routing. Okay. So as earlier I told, like what in static routing, what are the directly connected network, we have to ignore that, and whatever the not directly to my network direct, so these networks we have to configure that. So for router 1, what networks are we have to configure? 1, 2, 3. Okay. So in router 2, 1, 2, 3. And for router 3, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And router 4, only 1 and 2. Okay. Let's do that. IP route. IP route. What is the destination of? What are the destination? 168.100.0 255.255.255.0. Next of IPs. Can use next of IP, right? 192.168.12.12.2. 12.2 also will use. And IP route 192.168.100.0, then 255.255.255.0. Next hop IPs 192.168.13.3. Okay. And also IP route 192. Then this network is gone, huh? In two routers, static router, now manually you have to configure. So in two route, you manually configure. Then for this network, we have to configure which route in which side is that 192.160.24.0, then 255.255.255.0. Sorry. Then next hop IP is under 168.12.1. Sorry, 12.2. Okay, then IP route 192.168.34.0. Then what is the subnet mask? 255.255.255.0. Then next hop IP is this side, na this network. So that's why we have to give this next hop IP. Don't be confused, okay? And 113.3, because next hop IP is that. Okay. If you are, and I'm telling you, if you guys are getting any confusion, then let's drop your query in my comment section and I'll check that, and I'm ensure I'll give the response. Okay. In R1, we already configured. Then okay, we'll check the routing table. Okay. To show IP route. See, S means static, right? So see, 2434 via 16.13.3, 12.2. Okay. 24, 12.2, and 34, 13.3. Okay. But for this network, it will go via this route and this route. What? 13.3 and 12.2. Okay. So what is the AD value? See, this is the AD value. Okay. 1. So AD value is same. So this network is going via two side, right? And also for that, what it will be generated here, load balancing will happen here. So for that, how you have to avoid that? Using the making the primary route. So before that, in R2 also, R3 and R4, every router first we have to give the static routing. IP route. This is router 2 directly connected. What are the not directly connected in that? Like once this is my destination network, na, right? 2.168.100.0, then 25.25.0. Then what is the next of IP is 168.24.4. Okay, this is the destination network. Then another one is the IP route 192.168 dot wait, that only this network only these two are connected directly, so only this network we have to configure. Route 3 means these are directly this one only. IP route 92.68.100. dot 0, 25 dot 25 dot 25 dot 0. Next to 5 is 2 dot 160 dot 34 dot 4. Right now, then in R4, only IP route, IP route, then what are the, it is directly gonna these are only these two route we have to configure. Okay. 192.168 destination na 12.0, then we got 25 to 25 dot 0. Then what is the next top IP is 92.168.24 dot 24.4, then 24.2, because this route is suggested in this route, and that's why this route I'm using. Let's second IP route of this network. 192.168.30.0, 168.13. Sorry, 13 already it's gone. To the next up by 34.3. 34.3. Yes. Static. Yeah. Configured. You show route by 34.4. Okay. You show. Okay. Note. So manually you can do now. So as I tell, we'll use trace route here, but already here we can see that via two path it is going. Okay. So it will happen load balancing. So to avoid the load balancing, what we have to do? So one route we have to make was primary, and another we will do secondary route. So for that, which one we have to do primary route? No need to increase the AD value of that route. So if you want this route, we will do the primary route. Then in this route, we will increase the AD value. So I'm showing you also here. I already write the formula. IP route, destination network, subnet mask, next hop IP, and AD value also will use. Okay, here I'll give trace route button. Okay, we'll do the trace route. Trace route. And the color on 16 dot 4. Verify second. Will dot 2. Come fast. Yes, 34.4, 12.2. This hope count. It is showing hope count. 24.4, 12.2, 24. Sorry, 34.4. Okay. This side also to the 24 and 34.3. 3 also. Okay. We'll check the show. I do show on the section of no, not here. Do show on the section of 0 / 0. Do show on configure the interface. Let's check that. Right. 0 / 1. The primary tool. Okay. 100 dot network. And then several mask of that. And then what is the next to IP 192.168 dot 33.3 because we will increase this promoted email. Okay. And put question mark. But it is telling Ticast name permanent tag track. See also discriminating for this route. Hmm. So 1 to 25. You can give anything. 5. Okay. Now we will check. Say this road 168 100. Two 24 dot. See, before it was showing what? 12.2, 34.4, 24.4, 34.4. Okay. But here, after becoming this primary route, then it is showing only this route. 12.2, then 24.4. Okay. 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 So, and then another important things I'm going to tell. So, in interview also, this question are coming. So, see, if in this route, if this interface are go down, my packet will not drop. Okay. If this interface go down, sorry, if this interface goes down, then my router will not change the path. It will drop the packet. But in source router, if these interfaces are go down, suppose if this interface go down, then my packet will change the path to the secondary route. Via this path, my packet will be go. But in middle of the router, if any interface will go down, then here my path will not change. Packet will drop any interface. But if source interface are goes down, then my if this primary interface go down, then my path will be changed and my packet will come via secondary route. Okay. This is the main important thing. You guys have to note that. And also in interview, some real-time question when they are going for any scenario-based question, these questions are they're asking. Okay. So for today, so this is I'm ending here, and also I'm telling. So if in this video any mistake you guys can find, then comment me and I'll work through that and I'll try to make video best. Okay. So we'll see you on next video. Till then, bye. And do like, subscribe, and share. Okay. If you are feel like it is helpful for you. Okay. I'm not forcing you. Okay. Till then, bye.